Hey everyone, I'm Superhero Gamer and welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about the current state of DC Worlds Collide and some of the biggest issues that are holding the game back. This isn't just about free-to-play players, though it's definitely part of it. These are problems that impact the entire player base, from casual to whales. If you want to see DC Worlds Collide succeed for the long term, then stick around, because I'll break down where the game is struggling and what the devs could do to fix it. Before we dive in, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Your support really helps get these conversations out there, and the more visibility we have, the better chance we have of the devs listening. So the first thing I want to address is the developer communication. The first major problem that the game is facing right now is going to be communication. Players deserve to know what is coming in advance. At the bare minimum, we should have 2 weeks of notice before new banners or events drop. Take the recent Peacemaker release as an example. The devs did a great job showcasing the team, but in the middle of the event, they dropped the Deathstroke banner. Running 2 legendary banners at the same time isn't just tough on free-to-play players. It's also frustrating for spenders who want to manage their resources strategically. This lack of transparency makes players feel blindsided. A simple content roadmap could solve this. It would build trust with the community and help players plan summons and create hype instead of confusion. The next thing we need to address is going to be the progression and retention of the game. Right now, it feels very unbalanced. On one account, it might take up to 2 weeks just to clear a single campaign stage. Yes, breaking through after a long struggle can feel rewarding, but most players who only log in for 30 minutes to an hour a day, that pace is going to be way too slow. When a player hits a wall for too long, they lose motivation. Some stop logging in altogether. And that's not just a free-to-play issue. It affects every player in the game. Early progression should be smoother and more rewarding to build momentum. That way players stay engaged and keep logging in daily. And on top of that, game modes like Elite Arena need better resource support. If you are going to require 3 teams to compete, then you should provide enough resources to reasonably build 3 teams. Right now, that expectation doesn't match reality. The next thing I want to talk about is the token economy that is going to be your summon tokens. This is going to be important because this is the core issue for both new and veteran players right now. First, I want to address the beginner summon banner. On paper, it's a great idea. You get a chance to get Superman, Wonder Woman, or Flash from this banner. But in practice, it can take almost 150 summons to guarantee a legendary. That's way too steep for new players who are just starting out. Instead of creating excitement, it risks driving people away before they can even get hooked. A pity system closer to 30 summons would feel much better and more reasonable and rewarding. Next, I want to talk about our super encrypted tokens. This system feels overly restrictive. To pity a new legendary, you need 150 summons. But after grinding for an entire month, most players only earn about 10 to 20 tokens. Even after 2 months, you're still nowhere near this pity. Nobody expects to summon every single legendary, but the current system is just too punishing. A better balance would be to allow players to pity at least 1 legendary out of every 2 new releases. That way, legendary characters stay special, but the players also feel like they're making real progress in the game. And from a business perspective, it actually helps paying players too, because they always want to stay ahead. But they need free-to-play and mid-spenders in the game to compete against. Next, I want to talk about the encrypted tokens. These are in a slightly better spot, but they could still use an adjustment, especially in the early game. Starter elite characters fall off extremely quick, and without access to stronger epics, new players waste resources on characters they won't use later on. Increasing the flow of encrypted tokens early would smooth out progression and make the roster building experience more enjoyable for newer players. One additional idea that's been floating around is to increase league currency so that players can do league summons at least once a week. That won't solve everything, but it would provide more epic and fodder shards, which keeps progression steady. Now, up next, I want to talk about something that can really benefit the entire game in general, and that's going to be login calendars. This can be an easy win, and the devs are completely missing on it. Right now, we are only seeing calendars that are tied to certain events, but imagine if there was a permanent monthly login calendar. Daily rewards with the encrypted tokens on the 7th day of each week, and 3 to 5 super encrypted tokens for completing the month. That's the kind of system that keeps players logging in every single day. And when it comes to event calendars, the current setup doesn't make much sense. If the event lasts 14 days, the login rewards should also last 14 days. Rewarding players for only 7 days during the 2-week event feels half-baked. If you want to keep players excited to log in, then reward them consistently throughout the entire event. At the end of the day, these problems don't just impact free-to-play players, they affect everybody. Communication, progression, token systems, and login rewards are the backbone of any live service game. If those systems feel unfair or incomplete, players lose trust and engagement drops. But the good news is, none of these fixes are unrealistic. A roadmap for communication, adjusted pacing and early progression, a fair token economy, smarter login calendars. These are straightforward changes that could dramatically improve the health of DC Worlds Collide. What do you guys think? Are these the biggest issues facing the game right now, or are there others I didn't cover? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear what you guys are experiencing. Thanks for watching, and if you found this breakdown useful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Your support here will really help this conversation get going. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away, but I've known you too